it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. So today is the hashtag Crafty Goals 2024 collaboration video. On the first of every month, our collaboration team gets together and some people are planners and they plan what they're doing for their next month. I'm a recapper. I basically show you everything I did the month prior and maybe talk a little bit about some of the things I might be working on. And so that is what this video is about. Down in the description box, you'll see a whole list of channels who participate in this every month. And I have to say we're all very different, but there's just a lot of really creative, crafty people on the team, and I encourage you to go check it out because my video may not inspire you, and I know that it won't inspire you the same way that all of theirs will, because we're all so different. So I'm gonna run through everything that I made in March, and then at least I think it's everything that I made. I might be missing a couple of things, but this is mostly what I made in March. It was a card heavy month for me. So if you're newer to my channel, I am a paper crafter. I do card making, journal making, and collage. And I just love it all. So, but I've been working like 50 to 60 hour weeks every single week. So, I've been a little busy, you could say, with small children and working that much. I've been very busy. All right, so let's get this going. This is my sheet load of cards for March. If you don't know what the sheet load is, it is from Call Me Crafty Owl. And it's just a really great recipe for card making, if you will. It's a sketch. And I have been on the team for a few years now and absolutely love it. I made 5x7 cards this month, but the sheet load calls for A2. You can go back and watch my video where I explain how I made these card bases out of 12x12 paper. And you can see the process of how I made these. These are so sweet, aren't they? These are from, Calico Collage. I always want to call it Calico Critters because the first time I found them was with these critters, but it's Calico Collage. And definitely if you end up liking Calico Collage, sign up for their newsletter because she sends out a discount code every month that can't be beat to her members of her newsletter email. All right, and she doesn't bombard you with a ton. So I loved the sentiments, and I didn't get to share them, but Artistic Souls have rainbow hearts. Twirl in the rain of your dreams. These sentiments are from the same company, Calico Collage, on Etsy. Scribbling laughter into the canvas of life. They're whimsy art statements or art sentiments. I loved how I wanted these cards to look like quilts. And the Symphony of Silence, find your song. Feathers and inks, write the sky's poetry. And so, yeah, I had to piece these card bases together out of 12x12 paper. And then I layered just tons of paper, but I wanted that old time quilt. And so I went with really small flower patterns, mixed them all up, and I love them. Invent magic with a dash of daydreams. Spill the ink, let it dance. Color outside the lines, it's more fun. I have to agree. Even stars can't resist a good story. Dance with daisies, sing with sunflowers. Fly on the wings of whimsy. And reality is overrated. Dwell in the daydreams. I was surprised I only made one cat. I think I could make a whole set of cat cards. But I did have a variety. I also thought that these really this is as close as I got to making Easter cards or Easter anything. I didn't make Easter anything this month other than these. So I thought these critters were that they could work for Easter, but they don't have to be Easter. So that was my first sheet load. And then I also did a live with Call Me Crafty Al on her channel and Amalia from Cool Cakes and Crafts by Amalia. And I made another set. I made all of these in the live. I made a full set, which is 12 dozen cards. I had my papers pre-cut, but that's it. I assembled everything and we all hung out together, and I made each one different. I even changed the placement like of different pieces. I went with my 5x7 design again, and then I used this vintage lemon paper. I'm trying to remember what company made this. But it's like 2 years old. I just loved it. I was kind of hoarding it. This was fun. I used these are stickers that look like photo corners, but then I put bees on the other two. I thought that was fun. Pearls on all of them. I love me some pearls on my cards. I think it just makes me happy. Yeah, these were so much fun to make with everyone. So perfect for spring and really summer, I think. So I did not do the inside, obviously, because we only had an hour. So I was able to pull these off in an hour. I did have to add, I think I added all the pearls after the show. And I didn't add them to every single card, but I almost did. So those were all the sheet loads, 24 cards this month. I'm also on Call Me Crafty Al's Oh So Inspired team, and I made these 2 cards. So that team is another team where it's really, both of these teams are really like creative teams where we're just giving ideas. We're not necessarily, working for a company or promoting a product, but we're just working with a creative idea and putting our own spin on it. And for the Oh So Inspired, the whole team gets the same card for inspiration. We feature an artist every month, and then we make a card our own. And so this was my version this month. Very vintage grunge. I made this paper with some powdered pigment, and then used printables from Dreams, etc., and Sweet Pea Curiosities, and came up with these little kind of vintage clusters along with these really saturated, rich backgrounds. That was so much fun. So those were my Oh So Inspired cards. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I definitely did the inside. And I put pockets on them. So if someone wanted to take and put a photograph in there, they could. I actually have some photographs on my desk here. So yeah, that way you could slip a photograph or a note in there and still address the card. And honestly, these cards are so heavy, they could be mini journals. I've done that before. I've taken 5x7 cards like this and just ended up turning them into journals. And this would be a great one. This one, I put a pocket on both sides. I love making 5x7 cards the most because you can put a full 4x6 photograph in them. I don't know if I have any, I don't know if any of these are 4x6. These may be 3x5. But anyways, you can put large photographs in them, so they're great. It's a great size. It's just a really good size card. Plus, it gives me plenty of area to design and play and have fun. Okay, so those are my Oh So Inspired. Let's see. I think, but I'm not 100% sure, and I didn't go back. I think I made these with you this month in a live. I made them in a live this month or last month. I can't remember which one, so forgive me. But I have been doing a lot of lives on my channel because I've been so busy. I wasn't able to like edit and get videos up. It was a real slow month for videos and crafting. But I'm trying to carve out more time now. I actually had to dial back some things. I'll talk about that as I go. But these were all made with an old Spellbinders kit that I was trying to smash. And so I just made fun little cards using up that kit. My daughter wanted more cards to give to her friends when they have a birthday, so these are for her to give out however she wishes. Okay, I've got a couple of more cards to show you, and then I've got a journal and some other projects that I made. We made this in a live as well. This is going to be my daughter's birthday card this year. She is an ice cream fanatic, and so I made her this card. This was a craft roulette card as well. And so I just think it's so much fun. I made this in a live as well. I made the ice cream out of texture paste, the light and fluffy. Let me show you. Texture paste. It looks like this. So I took that and just kind of shaped a couple of scoops of ice cream. I embossed some craft paper. I made my own banner, and this was my card. This is another craft roulette card. I feel like I should have one more, but I don't know where it is. That's why I don't feel like I'm showing you quite everything. This was for this past week. It was wild. So this card was with Tracy Phillips, and then this card was with Sire Anderson. And she got kind of everybody's dream spin on Mr. Wheel, and he did not. I was so inspired because I felt like it was a puzzle that needed to be put together. And so I actually crafted while the show was going on. I love it when I get to do that. So this was my submission. This has a leather cord. So let me tell you what the parameters were for this one. It was a joy fold card, okay? And it was, what were the colors? Buggy Ride, whoops. Buggy Ride was the colors. And then the element was Sticks and Stones. And then the random was Trim. So a joy fold is kind of a card on a card, and you can do it, I think, lots of ways. I glued mine to the back here, but you could also glue it here if you wanted to, but just as long as you have a flap that folds over the front of your card. I did this 3D embossing folder and just colored it up to look like cobblestone. So there's my stone, and here's my stick. And for whatever reason, I just added blobs of gold flakes, but they're not really just gold. It just, I think, you know, maybe doesn't make sense, but for the stones, like if you think of like gold nuggets and metallic ore comes from, it looks like a stone. So that was kind of what I was in my head. Very abstract thinking, probably. I colored this up with my new metallic watercolors. And then I just added this panel here because I thought it looked kind of like a night sky or an evening sky, and which made me think of the buggy ride, you know, seeing the sky. So that's kind of where I brought in the color palette. But I think on a buggy ride, you could see green in the grass, the sun, you could see a sunset. So really all of these colors work. And then I finished it off with one of Tammy, my friend's paper beads, which I just love. And I kept it in one of the kind of a neutral color. And this is the card. Really different. Really, really different. Really fun. I encourage you to participate in Craft Roulette because you will make things you wouldn't make otherwise, and that's super fun. I worked with Creative Fabrica this month, and they sent me a box of goodies to share with you all, to share my opinion, and I'm in love. First of all, I've been using their scissors all month long. This is the Uniquely Creative scissors, and they're amazing. I love how they open. I love that both sides of them are smooth. There's no perforated cutting, and they're just easy for my hand. I'm used to using spring scissors, but I really love these. In fact, I need to go on. They sent me a catalog. I need to see if they carry them in a larger size. I kind of want them in every size now. I like them so much. So this was one of their industrial grunge kits that they sent me. And when we were talking about working together, I went onto their website, and this was the first kit that caught my eye. And I made these, I think we made these in a live as well. And I ended up making a kind of a Halloween card. I wasn't meaning to, but this is what happens when you make cards live off the cuff, is that, you know, you make anything. I love the glass. I think they're epoxy, but these dots, just everything, all of this except for the owl came from them, including the flowers and the, my brain is blanking, but the gauges here. And this one was kind of for my father, who was a car guy. I told a story about him in the live, and his birthday used to be on 9/2. He was, that was his birthday. So I was able to find ephemera in the grunge kit that would have a 9 and a 2. And that was really fun. So this is kind of a, hats off to my dad. And he was definitely a dog man. So that's kind of in memory of my father. Okay, that's the last of the, oh wait, nope. Haha. We thought we were done. Okay, this is a collage card I made this past weekend in a live, and yes, it's a little bit wild. This is part of the Marguerite Miller Collage Weekly Prompts. And here is, I've shrunk this down, by the way. But this is a Collage Weekly Assignments from Marguerite Miller. It's a 52-week prompt assignments. This is volume 4. So if you were to go onto her Etsy page to purchase these prompts, you would want to get volume 4 for 2024. And every week you just get a set of prompts that you can use to make collage. So I did it for 6 months last year, and I picked it up again this year. I just changed it up a bit. I am making the collage on index cards. I just got these 4x6 index cards from the Dollar Tree, and they're perfect, absolutely perfect. If you don't have these, you can cut down any paper that you do have to 4x6 if you want to make them in 5x7 size. It looks like I got this one dirty. But anyways, so this main part of my collage each week is on the index card, and then I glue it to the card base. Sometimes I can go outside the edge because I'm putting it on 5x7. So what did my friend Sala on which is Card Times Ahead, if you want to go check out her YouTube channel, but she gave me a quote to put on here when we were in the live. I said, oh, I need a sentiment, and style is not for the faint of heart, which actually I thought was just perfect for these styles. And this is supposed to be just like fashion through the ages was the idea. You have not seen me make these yet, but I did make these that same day later after the live. And so this one here is for week 10. This is for week 11. I always write on the back of these what week I've done and the hashtag. So if someone gets it, they could go on and see the art behind the card and see what other people have made and kind of follow the collage challenge that way, from the prompt on the back, from the hashtag on the back, which is how you guys can find these too here on YouTube. If you hashtag 2024 CW12, you can see what all the different artists have made. I'll have a video out hopefully this week. I've already recorded it, of how I made these, what my thought process was, what was I thinking. I know they're kind of wild looking, but that's the fun of it. This one is really wild, and even in the video I was trying to show the mica. It's so hard, but there is a ton of mica all over this background, which is a watercolor background that I made. And I felt like this background really tied this whole card together. But these were my March prompts for Marguerite Miller. So keep an eye out for that video if you want to see more about those cards. Okay, let me show you some other things that I made. These are just like pockets that I made, and this was using a Dreams Etc. kit. I haven't made the items to go into them yet, but I made these pockets out of file folders. I took one file folder, which was in the kit, I cut it in half, and then I added gussets on the side. And this is just a pocket for cards or whatever, so I have plenty of cards around. Let's just take a look. These are the 5x7. They fit in here perfectly. So, you know, obviously these cards don't really go with this paper, but I wanted to show you that's 4 really thick 5x7 cards that fit in here just perfectly. So if you wanted to give your cards as a gift, go back and you want to make a pocket for them. Like, I think this is such a pretty way to give your cards away as a gift. On my channel, you'll see the full process video for how to make this. This is Bloom Where You're Planted. And again, all this stuff is from Dreams Etc. I'm going to come back this month in April and make cards to go inside of here with the kit. And this one I made for journals. So this is that same folder. And on this one, I made it to fit more like a journal to go inside of there. I used some of the trims that come in the kit. That's one of my favorite things about the kits, is all the trim that comes in it. I made this cute little ephemera pocket on the front. This is journal and little wildflower. I loved that so much. I love the wildflowers. They're out in full bloom here in Texas right now. I filled it with ephemera that was inside of the Dreams Etc. kit. So yeah, this was a really fun make and very easy. Both of these, I showed how I made them both in the video. This is just tied on with twine, the little wildflower. And I need to come back again and also make a journal to go in here, cards to go in here, and then I think that they would be beautiful if they were put together and bundled together, like cards and a journal. Wouldn't that be lovely? All the charms, all the findings, 100% of this, the lace, this is all from the Dreams Etc. kit. Okay, I made a Sweet Pea Curiosities journal. And actually all of these came from that Dreams Etc. kit, but it's just so beautiful. So, so beautiful. These are from my friend Tamara. This is from my friend Tamara. This is a really cool charm that I ended up just putting on the front here. This is Dreams Etc. And then the rest of this is all Sweet Pea Curiosity. This is the Traveler's Kit, and this is, I'm blanking on the name, but I'll have it linked down below. This is another kit from her stash. And so here is a journal. I made this journal in a live. It is a 3-hour video. However, you get to see beginning to end construction on this journal. So we made the cover together. We made all the signatures together. We did it all. Now I did some of the decoration later, and I made a separate video for that. So if you want to see how this journal is made, you most certainly can. It's available and on my channel. Also, the decoration and full flip through are on my channel as well. I just love the feel of this journal. I love this color, this olive color. And I love the traveling images. So fun. I thought that this green, just with the black and whites, it just is very like subtle but beautiful and earthy. So isn't she lovely? Isn't it lovely? Very, very sweet. Such a sweet journal, I think. I had a lot of fun making it. This is a really tall journal. In fact, I'm not getting it all in the image here now with you, but you can go back and see the flip through and see it later. I did have to, I didn't have to, but I chose to decline from 2 design teams I was on in March. I need to slow things down for my channel so that I can keep up with my life. So unfortunately, I had to make some cuts there, but I don't, you know, I feel good about it. It's not upsetting at all. And, but I'm going to stay on the Sweet Pea team. I'm going to stay on the Oso Inspired and the Sheetload teams, and the Dreams, etc. I'm going to keep up with quite a few. I just had to cut a couple back. I also had to cut back some tiers, which this is the sad part on my channel members. This is the only one I'm disappointed about, is not being able to do that, because I just had to simplify, and I wasn't going to be able to deliver the amount of content that I wanted to for the higher tiers. So I did cancel those. And if you were a member and you no longer are, because you were on those top tiers, you can rejoin at the $2.99 level. And then now everybody just gets the same thing now. So I love this. I want to come back and make painted papers. So in April, we are definitely going to make a lot of painted papers. I'm very excited about that. My no-buy is, well, it ended, but then I quickly bought things, and now I'm kind of thinking about picking it back up again. I was thinking about in April trying to do an absolute no-buy. We'll see. We will see. I will show you the stuff that I hauled after my no-buy in another video, so that's something to keep an eye out for in April as well. We will just be playing. I want to do more mixed media. I meant to do mixed media with my channel members in March, but it just wasn't at all possible. So I want to come back and do some mixed media fun with you guys. I want to make more journals. I want to make a ton of cards. I'm going to start making cards for donation again. I'm going to try to make a big donation to my church. So there should be plenty of inspiration. I also want to bust another card kit. Oh, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing all my Frida cards that I made. I'll try to find those. Isn't it lovely? So yeah, I want to make, you know, just more, all the things, all the time, hanging out with you guys. Here's the back of the journal. I just put this little eyelet here. I did a elastic loop, and then I'm putting that over this gorgeous rhinestone flat back decoration here. This again is from Dreams, etc. So here she is, tall and beautiful. I'm going to grab one more book and then I'm going to let you guys go. But let me grab this book because I want to show you kind of what I'm going to be up to in April as well. Okay, so in April, I also want to do the Artful Memories Challenge. This is an Instagram challenge hosted by the 2 authors of this book, which is Jane Chip and Jack Ravi. Okay, and when I did more investigation of these 2 artists, I found that they had co-authored this book together, and I just absolutely love it, you guys. I found mine on, everyone say it together, Amazon. So this was published in November of 2021, and they make collage and art, like mixed media art with photographs, and photos are like the base of what they do, but then they're much, there's a lot of mixed media. They use a lot of different types of tools and layering. I mean, when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. This is for sure my kind of book. And I decided to pick it up. I just, look at this. Isn't that amazing? That's on a ficus tree. Just really cool ideas. Really neat ways to do collage. I've really been wanting to start. I love these cubes. These collage, these like picture cubes. So many neat ideas in here, you guys. Anyway, so they have an Instagram challenge. They give a prompt for every day, and you just, the only thing is that you just have to use a photograph in your prompt. So that is the only like unifying thing. And then there's a theme, right? So there's a prompt, there's like a prompt or a theme every day, and then you just have to use a photograph and whatever art that you make, and then you can post it on Instagram. I'm not much into Instagram. I mean, I have an Instagram and y'all can follow me there. I will post on Instagram, but I'm also gonna obviously bring it over here to YouTube. I've seen this many times where people like cut out a photograph and then make a scene behind it. Like for this one, they painted in the stars and the moon, and I love that. I think these are super cool. Really, really neat. Colorizing and altering these photographs. This is something, so I saw all of this from Dede, and I'm going to leave her channel link down below, but this is something that she does, and it's something I want to start doing a little more. Just make these little apertures so that you can find a view on your artwork and stuff to help with cropping and cutting things down. I've also been seeing this more, which is people stitching onto photographs. So these are a bunch of French knots, making the like foliage of the trees. Isn't that cool? Look at this one. I wouldn't never. I'm not a slow stitcher, but these are so neat for people who are. I really like the idea of putting it on these like plants and like dried leaves and having photographs on them and stones. I really, really like that. So anyways, ton to see here. I mean, projects with lights, just with everything. This is Artful Memories, how to create unique art with old photographs. So yeah, this is another thing I want to do in April. We'll see. I'm not like legalistic about anything that I do. So even if I only made 3 or 4 and I don't make one for every single day, then that's totally fine. I've taken up enough of your time today. Please go and check out all the other creators in this collab. Go see how they're planning. They actually plan what they do, planning their month, setting goals. That's what the crafty goals are all about, is setting goals. I'm just a little different, but I do love this challenge and this group and being a part of it, because it does help me stay accountable in my own way. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And tomorrow, come back to my channel because it's Sheetload day. Bye.